After reports of radioactive contamination found inside a local school, the Army Corps of Engineers says it will do more testing of its own. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Jana Elementary School in Florissant will go virtual Monday after an independent report found contamination in the school and on the playground. Now the Army Corps is returning to do its own testing on the entire property.
We have team coverage on this developing story out of North St. Louis County. The I-Team's Paula Vasson talked to a physicist about the report. But first, let's start with Justina Coronel.
Yeah, so we've learned this Monday as kids go to virtual learning, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will also be doing some testing of their own. The government agency already did some sampling in the last few years, but only tested the banks of Coldwater Creek within the property boundary.
I think it was probably public pressure. Public pressure gets everything done.
The pressure is on to get answers. For the first time, Christen Commuso with the Missouri Coalition for the Environment says the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is going inside Jana Elementary.
They haven't gone inside buildings.
This is after an independent report found high levels of radioactive contamination inside the school and on the playground. The school sits near Coldwater Creek, and nuclear waste from World War II was dumped there and at Westlake Landfill in Bridgeton. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says it will expand testing to include the entire property, both inside and outside of Jana. But Commuso says this should have been done sooner. That's because back in 2019, the CDC shared an exposure report recommending indoor dust sampling. And just this January, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers sent a letter to Hazelwood School District saying it found low-level radioactive contamination in the banks of Coldwater Creek within the property boundary, telling the district the contamination does not pose an immediate risk and discourage digging in the area.
They basically use the phrase in its current configuration, everything it should be fine as long as you don't dig. But the problem is that it's not deep within the soils. I think the deepest maybe was 2 feet, which an animal can disturb that. A kid going back there could disturb it. MSD on the property laying pipe along the creek could disturb it, which is actually what we saw happen right before school let out this last year.
Commuso also worries about flooding, especially after historic floodwaters this summer.
I mean, I know that they're able to leave 43 picocuries of thorium inside the sediment of the creek, and anytime that the creek floods, it's going to redeposit.
Now, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says preliminary results will be available within 2 weeks. Plus, it'll be coordinating with its partners at the Department of Energy to conduct a peer review of its work.
Thank you, Justina.